Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm Bobo. Instead of this video, I'll be giving you guys the Blue Lock Rivals styles tier list. I'll be ranking them all, basically telling you guys what the best ones are. So if you guys end up enjoying this video, like and subscribe. My current goal is 60,000 subscribers. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, so starting off the tier list, the first thing that I want to say is I'm not going to be personally putting nobody inside D tier. I believe every single style is very much so usable, even if you only have Asagi or Jagiri, which are commons. They're still very usable, they're still very good, and you can store any amount of goals. You don't even need a style to store goals, if we're being 100% honest. But starting off, the very bottom, I'm going to be personally probably putting Chijiri. I do think Hisagi is going to be better. I do think Hisagi is going to be a better common than Chijiri. Chijiri is very good. You can run fast. You can go across the field very, very fast. I think it is pretty decent. But what you get with Isagi is just overall better. You get direct pass, which is pretty strong. And then you also get direct shot. You get a pass and a shoot move. I feel like both of those are both pretty good. So that's why I'm going to be personally putting him higher than Chijiri. And Chijiri is going to be the very bottom of this list. Now, starting off, first thing in S tier is going to be Sai. I think Sai is overall really good. He's the best midfielder option currently inside the game. Left winger, really any winger. If you want to play winger, if you want to play midfield, anything like that, your best option is going to be Sai. And I feel like he will do really, really good once when they add a new game mode. Once when they add a new game mode, whether it be 8v8, 11v11, 5v5, even if it was just 5v5, and there was like a midfielder and then an actual defender, I feel like he would get way more value because there would be more people to pass to. You would need an actual passer. I just feel like once when there's an actual role for him, he could be the best style in the game. Just because right now, the current play style of the game, it's basically store goals, and that's it. Everyone's just trying to like be an Edoist and do all that. That's why Sai is not really that good right now. But once when they do add a new like thing for passing, more people on the field, something like that, I feel like Sai will definitely be probably the best style in the game. Now we have IQ. Now, in my own personal opinion, I feel like IQ is currently the best style in the game. Now, that could be my own opinion, but just the fact that when you store a goal, the enemies start off with the ball and you can use IQ to instantly steal it. You just use your skill and you get the ball for free. I think that's pretty broken. I feel like IQ probably is the best style in the game just because you can abuse that. And even without that, right? Let's say you're just a winger. You can still run a few studs and then pop your move and steal the ball. Like, it is pretty broken. And not only that, your awakening as well is pretty broken. You can save the ball midair one time, no matter what. Literally, if the ball is like basically already almost in the net, as long as you pop your skill, you will fly into the air and block it. It is basically like a free save, which is kind of crazy. And then you get two moves that you steal the ball for basically absolutely free. It's basically like guaranteed that you steal the ball. It is very strong. I do think IQ, in my own opinion, is probably the current best style inside the whole game. That's just my own opinion. The last thing in S tier is going to be Rin. I'm going to be personally putting it. It's basically like on par with IQ. It is very strong. It has a dribble move. It has a shoot move. It is basically just a better version of Sai at the current moment because it does have a shoot move instead of a pass move, and then it also has a really good dribble move. And its awakening is very, very strong as well. It gets another dribble move, and then it gets an even better shot move. It is very good right now. The reason why Sai is not higher than it is because Sai's shoot move inside of his awakening is garbage. It's just a straight line. If you're playing against a real GK, they are basically guaranteed to save it. Where Rin's, even if you're playing against a real GK, a lot of the time it'll still go in because it's a curve shot, and overall it just is better. Now the next thing we have is Bodkra. This is going to be going inside B tier. It is very strong. If you end up mastering this, it could be inside B tier, and even probably like better than Cyan. If you're really, really good with it, it definitely could be very strong. But for the average user just tries to nutmeg someone and ends up passing the ball to the opposite team. And then, yeah, it's terrible in the average consumer's hands. But if you are good with it, it is very, very strong. Just a lot of people aren't really good with it. The next thing is going to be Dodemaru. It's really only good if you play GK. It is good if you play GK. But there's like nobody that really mains GK inside this game. That's why I'm only going to be putting it that low. And yeah, there's not much else to really say about it. I barely see anyone ever use it. It's just overall not that good, right? Now we have the A tier. I'm going to be personally putting Shido. A lot of people would probably put Shido in S tier. I just don't think that he's really... He is good. I just think Rin is overall better for shooting. My S tier is like the best one for each position. So right now my S tier has I2, Rin, and Sai, because those are the best one for passing, defending, and shooting. And Shido is the second best one for shooting. That's why he's gonna be A tier. He is good. Don't get me wrong. He is very, very good. If you want to farm duels, Shido is the best thing in the game. If you just want to farm duels for your actual stat sheet, Shido is by far better than Rin because you get 2 shots with Shido. But in scrims, in anything like that that actually takes genuine skill, Shido is not that good. You're never really gonna score against a real GK with Shido. I mean, there's a chance if the real GK is garbage. But like I said, if you're in scrims, more than likely you're never really gonna ever score with Shido. That's why I personally don't recommend it. Now if you're not really a scrims player and you're just a public player and you want to farm duels, Shido is by far the best thing in the game for just farming duels for your stat sheet. But yeah, other than that, I feel like for actual skill wise, he's about an A tier. Next we have Nagi. Nagi, I would be personally putting him in B tier. I do think they buffed him this update. He's just overall not really that good. His shot is like okay. His other move is relatively garbage, and his awakening, I mean, it's alright. It's all okay. I feel like in scrims it gets way more usage, and in scrims it probably is like an A tier. But in normal casual play, it's definitely B tier. And then we have King. Honestly, probably gonna be a B tier for me too. The Awakening is not that good. The Awakening is not that good at all. The Devour move is, in my personal opinion, completely useless because the person running in front of you has to be aiming towards the goal, and then you devour them. So if they're not aiming towards the goal, you're not gonna make it. So not only do you have to be facing towards the goal, so does the person in front of you. That's the first problem with it. And then the second problem is the chop move just takes way too long to come back. It has literally like the longest cooldown inside the game. And then the shot move, it's one of the worst shot moves inside the whole game. It's just overall not that good of a thing. It is decent, but it's not really that crazy. So this is going to be my own personal tier list. You guys can feel free to disagree or agree with it. I feel like all of these, like I said, all of these are very strong in their own way. You can definitely be good with any of them. But definitely if you have Aiku, Sai, or Ren, you're going to be better than most people. Shido as well. If you're just only playing public slivers, you're not trying to play scrims or nothing, Shido is probably the best thing in the game. Now, real quick, just because we might as well talk about flows as well. Flows, I have all of them. I've played with all of them. I played with every single flow inside the game. Honestly, the only ones that are really worth talking about are going to be the mythicals. You only pop flow once per match. So, in my own opinion, this is like where the mythicals really matter. Because having a mythical flow is, in my opinion, way more important than having a mythical style. Even though, yes, you do use your style way more, when you pop your flow, it is like you only get that once per match. And Aiku's already a mythical. That is kind of crazy. We have 4 mythicals in the game. Shido, I'm gonna keep it about. There's no reason why Shido should be a mythical, but this is kind of crazy what I'm witnessing right here. But yeah, man, it's interesting. But as far as flows go, Snake, relatively terrible. I'm gonna be 100% honest. If you get Snake, I would keep it. Is it good? Definitely not. It's really not. You get a better tactical hitbox, you get increased speed, and that's relatively it, right? Prodigy. Now, on paper, Prodigy sounds amazing, right? It turns basic shots into curve shots. It gives you more speed and stronger shots. On paper, this sounds amazing. The curve shots with Prodigy has to be the worst thing I've ever played with. Do not get Prodigy. It's the worst one. By far the worst one. Awakened Genius is still by far going to be the best one. You get 2 dribbles. Your shots are way stronger. And you get 20. Your whole team gets 20% more flow. So if you have Awakened Genius, you pop this, every single one of your teammates get 20% more flow. So if one of them only needed 20% more flow, and they have Awakened Genius as well, they pop it, then another one of your teammates gets it, and another one, and then boom, your whole team has flow. That is why it's kind of crazy, because it all links up like that. Honestly, I would even say like these two, Demon Wings and Wildcard, are probably better than these two as well. Like Snake and Prodigy, just relatively in general, aren't good. Like I'm being 100% honest, they're really not that good. Awakened Genius is by far the best one. I could do a separate video ranking all of these, but basically the only ones that are really worth talking about are going to be the legendaries and mythicals, and the only one that is really good, in my own opinion, is going to be Awakened Genius. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. If you guys ended up enjoying it, like and subscribe. My current goal is 60,000 subscribers. I think once when we hit around 55k, I'll be giving out some style slots things. So yeah, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.